At the beginning of the story, we see a magician named Mr. K performing his magic show on a stage. His magic was quite good, but people were not paying attention to him. A little later, Mr. K arrived at a hotel located in a deserted area. The manager's dog growled at him. The next morning, he was supposed to perform at a cafe that was near the hotel. When he asked the manager for directions, she said she would tell him the next day since he needed to go there the following day, right? The manager then took him to his room. Could you please tell me all the hotel rules? A little later, as Mr. K was walking down the corridor, he saw a small child and performed a magic trick to make him happy. He suddenly pulled a butterfly out of thin air, but when the manager looked angrily, the child ran away. Mr. K started putting his belongings away, and then he noticed a pair of feet sticking out from under the bed. When he bent down to look, an old man was staring at him. Without saying anything, the man walked out. Then Mr. K opened the wardrobe and found a maid. She was concealing herself. She also departed without uttering a word. Mr. K observed two individuals conversing in the corridor, but the moment he glanced outside, they vanished. When Mr. K opened his suitcase, he noticed his poster and ripped it in half. He failed to observe that something was shifting beneath the wallpaper and water was seeping there. The following morning, as he was preparing to depart, he playfully startled the maid. When he proceeded to the hall, he saw the word Liberator inscribed in red. He continued walking, yet he was unable to locate an exit door anywhere. Each path appeared to be obstructed. Then he perceived some noises emanating from within the pipes, and the entire building commenced to tremble. Lights started flickering, small panels opened from the walls, and several musicians emerged. As soon as they appeared, they began playing music loudly. Mr. K, in a state of panic, started to run away, but they persistently followed him. He ascended the floor, but the musicians arrived there as well. An elderly woman opened a door, and Mr. K entered her room. He went there and saw two women, then suddenly fainted. A little while later, Mr. K regained consciousness on the sofa. When they found out he was a magician, they were happy and asked if he could show them the trick of cutting people in half. Mr. K found their request quite strange and made an excuse, saying he remembered some work he had to do. "I'll be back," he said. Later, they took him to the floor map. The map had "You are here" written on it, but there was no exit. When he asked the two women, they said that they hadn't left the hotel in years because their legs had become weak. They have not departed from this hotel in many years due to their legs becoming quite weak. They are unable to walk very much. They mentioned that if you require any assistance, you should consult the oracle. As Mr. K was departing, he magically conjured a flower for them and then exited. He continued strolling down the corridor. The lights began flickering once more, and some children were observed running. A woman named Nayam transitioned from one room to another. Mr. K pursued her, however, the door was shut. While he was caught up in this confusion, the children stole his suitcase. Mr. K ran after them, but when he opened the door, there was only a closet inside. He then saw that the band members had returned to the end of the corridor, and two waiters ran and hid in the closet. Mr. K followed them. Now he reached a large room where the band was playing. A woman saw him and said that a new guest had arrived. She pulled Mr. K and seated him at the main table. Mr. K was just looking for his suitcase, searching from village to village, but then the waiters forcefully seated him and started serving food. When Mr. K tried to peek into another room, a man kept blocking his way repeatedly. He wasn't saying much, just continuously praising Gaga. After a while, Gaga returned and said that the suitcase wasn't found. Then Gaga went off to dance, and the band... Mr. K was abruptly pushed out of the central room. At that moment, there was a significant commotion in the hallway. Mr. K glanced at his watch and realized he had unfortunately missed his performance. Suddenly, a waiter stumbled and the tray unexpectedly ended up in Mr. K's hands, so Melinda quickly lined him up with the other waiters and led him down to the kitchen. There, she handed Mr. K an apron and placed him in the cooking line. A man named Don informed him that Melinda is the chef's daughter and that Mr. K is fortunate to have secured a job there. Register K showed everyone that he is a magician. He performed some tricks with eggs, did a little juggling, but Melinda just said to come on time tomorrow. After finishing work, Mr. K was escorted to the sleeping quarters where all the other workers were resting. He had a dream that blood was slowly seeping through a small crack in the wall. In the early morning, Anton woke him up. Mr. K realized that his clothes had become quite worn out. Anton handed him a pair of pants from another worker. In the kitchen, Mr. K heard that peculiar noise emanating from the pipe once more, but Anton reassured him not to be concerned, as the system was malfunctioning. Feeling exhausted, Mr. K was about to depart, but Melinda pulled him back. She escorted Mr. K to the furniture area and proceeded to do everything according to her own preferences. Subsequently, Mr. K was guided to the chef's office. The chef delivered an extensive lecture regarding eggs and offered Mr. K a beverage, expressing that he had taken a liking to Mr. K and might begin imparting all his culinary wisdom to him. Later on, Mr. K returned to his quarters. He had several books that were given to him by the chef. Anton also selected a book. Following that, Mr. K executed a minor magic trick involving some bubbles. Then the same sound came from the pipe again. Mr. K stepped outside and securely locked the door. He extended his arms completely to measure the width of the gap between the two walls. Then, he proceeded to the bathroom and shut the door, and soon the handle began to jiggle. It continued to move until Mr. K called out, "Hey, I'm in here." It kept shaking until a soft voice came asking, "Is it really you, Liberator?" Mr. K didn't understand. The voice said, "We have very little time." Suddenly, the lid below the bathroom opened and many hands reached inside. Mr. K kicked them away and said, "You have the wrong person. I'm not him." The hands started pulling at his legs. With great difficulty, Mr. K freed his leg. In fear and confusion, he decided he would spend the night in the bathroom. In the morning, Anton. He came to pick up for work, but Mr. K threw up. Then he saw that the same word, Liberator, had appeared on the walls here too. When he asked Anton what it meant, Anton said not to pay attention to it. "It's all a joke. People do this. Some mischievous people must have written it." After that, both went back to the kitchen. While working, Anton mentioned that he has been at this hotel for 7 years. He doesn't even remember the last time he went outside. He didn't even know the way to the exit. Just then, a dog came to Mr. K, and a little while later, the manager came into the kitchen. Mr. K followed her, but after taking a few turns, he lost her. Then Mr. K went to the chef's office and said he wanted to quit so that he would be kicked out of the hotel. But the chef said, no, stay here, take a promotion, but don't talk about leaving. However, Mr. K refused. Hearing this, the chef started crying, fell to his knees, and said, "Trust me, not good." The chef took him to a new spot in the kitchen and gave him a beautiful headpiece. Seeing this, Anton felt jealous. After the shift, Mr. K should have talked to Anton, but Anton was angry. He said, "You just want to reach the top first no matter who you have to push down." After this strange and poor day, Mr. K didn't have the energy to fight, so he said, "Brother, think whatever you want," and went to his room to sleep, but he kept hearing the sounds of pipes inside the walls. He tied a rope from the window to the door. He secured a rope in such a manner that if anything occurred, he would be able to comprehend it. In the morning, upon waking up, he noticed the rope had loosened. This indicated that the room was becoming smaller and the noise was causing the walls to shake. He hurried to Anton and exclaimed that the hotel was shrinking, demonstrating that he could touch both walls with his hands. Anton was skeptical, but when they both proceeded to the kitchen, there was complete chaos. Everyone was distressed by the insufficient space. Mr. K urged the chef to evacuate everyone, pleading, "Let's vacate this hotel, please." But the chef refused. He said, "We will keep cooking for the guests." Hearing this, Mr. K got angry, climbed onto the portable and said to everyone, "Don't your lives have any value?" Hearing this, the staff started banging their utensils. The chef felt a pain in his chest and suddenly collapsed. Still, he shouted to get him out of the kitchen. The staff pushed Mr. K out and shut the door. Mr. K then went to those two sisters and saw that the guests were moving their furniture into the corridor. "They are keeping it because the rooms are getting smaller, there's just no space." Mr. K helped them take their sofa outside. They said that there is some divine force inside this hotel. Then both of them went to their room and started playing loud music. Mr. K went to his room, opened a drawer, and found a map. He noticed that the sound coming from the walls was getting louder. The pipes started shaking again. The band was marching through the corridor and Gaga was with them. The kitchen staff was also making music with their tools. Even the manager was dancing when suddenly a pipe burst. Water started dripping onto the wallpaper. Mr. K had a splitting headache and a crack appeared in one of the walls. The window in his room shattered and he fell down. All the noises suddenly stopped. Mr. K looked outside through the broken glass. He observed the other walls of the hotel. Subsequently, all the windows shattered and he collapsed onto the bed. Following that, Mr. K affixed the map to the wall and attached a small piece of paper with his sketch of the corridor. The room had become even more cramped, so he tossed some furniture out the window. Then he retrieved chalk from the wardrobe and began wandering the corridor in search of the exit door, marking the walls and floor with chalk as he proceeded. He kept drawing in the notebook so he could complete the map. In a storage room, he found a little food. Sometimes he would peek into the kitchen, but Melinda would glare at him and chase him away. He became so overwhelmed that it started affecting his mind. In stress, he would shout out of the window, "I will not give up." Over time, more furniture accumulated in the corridor. As the rooms became smaller, one day Mr. K saw the manager's dog licking the wall when suddenly the lights went out. Mr. K thought he was alone, but then a flashlight shone, and he was suddenly frightened. The person holding the flashlight was the same man who had once been found under his bed. He dropped the flashlight on the ground. As soon as Mr. K picked up the flashlight, the man disappeared. He looked around, and just then the lights came back on and the man was standing at the end of the corridor. Taki inquired numerous questions, yet he did not provide any answers. When Mr. K moved closer to him, he retreated. In the morning, upon awakening on his bed, Mr. K noticed the same elderly man sleeping at his feet. He attempted to rouse him, but he remained unresponsive. Subsequently, while Mr. K was working on his map, the man continued to wander behind him. Mr. K even offered him a piece of candy. Subsequent to that, he departed from that location. Then Mr. K observed something peculiar shifting within the fissure of the wall. Upon lifting the wallpaper, he discovered something extraordinarily bizarre with tentacles, which means numerous flexible appendages. When he made contact with it, it commenced to move and the entire building trembled. The manager also perceived it and initiated a search for the cause. Mr. K attempted to detach the creature from the wall using a tray, but the building commenced shaking once more. The lights started flickering and a pipe abruptly burst. The pipe burst. After that, Mr. K left the corridor. He saw the word Liberator written there again. When he went to his room, the same man was there. Mr. K had a little drink and turned around to see an entire family sitting by the bed. In the corridor, the manager was trying to keep that creature pinned to the wall. When Mr. K started mapping again, he saw that the corridors were filled with people. Everyone started following him as if he were a god, and Mr. K got angry. He became furious and exclaimed loudly, "Do not touch me." But then he reconsidered and thought he might be able to utilize them. He handed them some sheets of paper and pieces of chalk and requested their assistance in creating a map. Everyone eagerly dispersed and Mr. K ascended onto the furniture and noticed the manager, but he unexpectedly lost his footing and hurt his head. He was rendered unconscious. When he opened his eyes, he found himself back in his room. He noticed that everyone had consumed his food but hadn't crafted even a fragment of the map. One individual was even using his toothbrush. In frustration, Mr. K prepared rolls for everyone, but no one accepted them and numerous people began entering through the doors and windows. Mr. K proceeded to the kitchen, which had become quite cramped. Moss had accumulated in every corner. The staff was drinking as usual. Mr. K was at a loss for what to do when Anton approached from behind and said, "Please come inside." But Mr. K declined. He stated he couldn't endure a life of falsehood. Anton responded, "Your version of truth isn't superior to anyone else's." Mr. K didn't fully grasp what he meant and returned to his room, but this time the door wouldn't budge. Numerous individuals were sleeping close to the door. With no alternative, he slept in the corridor. The hotel draped wallpaper over him as if enveloping him with a blanket. As soon as the phone rang in the morning, Mr. K awakened. He promptly made his way towards his room. When he looked at the village, he saw that the guest picked up the call and then hung up. Mr. K went mad. He grabbed that man and started shouting at him, "Are you crazy? There was a hope and you destroyed it." He became so violent that people had to separate him. Everyone started saying that you gave us false hope. You can't find an exit. Mr. K kept explaining that he never claimed to be their savior, but no one was listening to him. Gradually, the entire corridor filled with moss and a rabbit appeared. There it was. Mr. K observed that the rabbit had discovered his suitcase. As he peered inside, a dog dashed past. Mr. K pursued it and noticed several men scrubbing the chalk off the walls. He understood that these individuals were conspiring against him to prevent his departure. He yelled and chased everyone away, then hurried back to his room. Once there, he grabbed a broom and expelled everyone. After settling down slightly, he glanced at the bed and discovered fragments of a map beneath the sheets. At that moment, objects began entering through the window. He observed that individuals had occupied another room and were hurling items to reprimand him. Mr. K dismantled the bed and utilized its wooden parts to barricade the window. Subsequently, the ceiling light commenced spinning and was on the verge of falling, but Mr. K swiftly moved aside just in time. A hole had now appeared in the ceiling, and the same two sisters peered down, offering him coffee while he was attempting to assemble the map fragments. After some time, Mr. K contemplated venturing outside to create additional segments of the map. However, he noticed that a furious crowd had obstructed the hallway. Anton and Melinda were present as well. Mr. K quickly retreated to his room. He securely fastened the door to prevent anyone from entering. The crowd was pounding loudly on the door, and some individuals were hurling objects through the window. Then, those two women remarked that the exit is not always available. "Did you originate from this place?" Mr. K quipped in an exhausted tone as he opened multiple drawers. As soon as he shifted the wardrobe, he noticed a peculiar tentacle-like structure on the wall. It had formed an eerie tunnel. The sisters remarked that the tunnel was both beautiful and revolting. Mr. K resolved to take the risk, although the sisters chose not to accompany him. Despite his fear, he proceeded into the tunnel. He observed a light in the distance, but a barrier was obstructing his way. When he made contact with it, an unusual creature emitted a sound. "What do you desire?" Mr. K concentrated and understood he was exhausted and wouldn't endure much longer. Nevertheless, he thought, "I wish to be liberated." At that moment, the crowd forced the door open and entered the room. They also perceived the creature's voice and believed it was a prophetic oracle, implying they could communicate with God through its assistance. Everyone knelt down and commenced to pray. Numerous individuals They started entering the tunnel, and their movements were causing pain to the creature. The hotel walls suddenly started shaking again. Mr. K understood that they were trying to kill him. The manager came in and began pulling everyone outside. She told Mr. K that he was a murderer, but Mr. K ignored her and pushed the creature until it was out and everything went dark. Suddenly, Mr. K found himself swimming in water. The creature came to him, grabbed his leg, and started pulling him towards the light above. With that, Mr. K was finally free. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.